This video is brought to you by Robinhood, the investment brokers that let you buy stocks, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies all commission free. There's still time to take advantage of this historic 2020 stock market crash, and if you sign up using the link in the description below, you'll instantly receive one free stock without even depositing a single penny. No, this still isn't my real portfolio, but I have added to it a bit, like the stock on your screen. That's Cody. They make like makeup, Revlon, stuff like that. What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. It's time for some duels featuring Cake.deck and then another deck that will be at the end. Cake.deck, of course, is Madoche, aka a one-card deck. And Madoche is a deck that basically, like almost all the monsters, gets you to Petting Cessor, and that is the win condition of the deck. I'm a very big fan of these, what I like to call one-card decks, where if you just hit one specific card, you're able to do a lot. This case being Petting Cessor. Zodiac would be another example because all the main deck monsters turn into Trident, and then Trident is a disruptive card that, you know, can also attack, and that's pretty solid. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what this duel is about. And I think Madoche are actually going to be going first in this duel. And by the way, this is just, I mean, this is as bad as it possibly can get. I don't think you get hands that are worse than this with Madoche. A, you do not have access to Pudding Cessor. B, you didn't even get to do any semblance of a combo. And C, you put all your cards on the field basically, and your opponent got that spicy evenly match. What do you even keep of this? I guess you have to keep the impermanence of these coming. What is Messenger Lotto going to do? So evenly match, of course, will be the play. By the way, this is some next level spice. Trade in Necros for the PLS. I like it. That's what I love to see the spice. Anyways, gonna drop Joey in the Red Eyes armor, aka Lord of Red. That gets rid of the Madoche Salon, which I don't know if I would have kept that. I feel like I would have kept the impermanence, but you know what? It doesn't even matter what you would have kept because the opponent or the Madoche player was able to get the Mageline, which of course then takes you to the Petting Cessor, and from there you just win the duel. This is a prime example, by the way, of just getting the Petting Cessor and winning the duel. Now, the Madoche player won't technically be able to win the duel because usually this would be an OTK. You would be able to, you know, bounce your opponent's cards or spin it back to their deck with the Tiramisu, and then you probably are going to have enough damage. Well, let's just see. Okay, so that was 3,000 at 6K. And then these two monsters would have been Messenger Lotto's 21. Then Mageline would have been, what, 17? Okay, that definitely would have been enough. Actually, even without the Mageline, I think we have 8,100 damage on board, but we can't do any battle damage because of the Dark Ruler no more. So all of this is just, you know, basically kind of take into consideration that there will be no win button. Let's see if, I don't know, maybe the Ritual deck, the Necros deck, can try to make a comeback. I probably think it's a little unlikely because you do have the, you do got the Trap to play through, and then he's going to get the Petting Cessor off, special summon from hand, but it's quite possible. 2 copies of Promenade. It is a hard once per turn. Has the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Oh, so close to getting that damage needed. Got 5,000 battle damage because it does do double piercing, but unfortunately Chaos Max, not that difficult for Madoche. They just go into Tiramisu, then they spin it back to the deck, and that is a GG no re. So yeah, Madoche, just one card, man. You hit one card as long as that card is either Petting Cessor herself or a card that gets you the Petting Cessor, which is like Mageline or Hoot Cake, also like Angie. Basically all the damn monsters just get you to Petting Cessor. Anyways, for the second duel, we're going to the high seas and we are going to be playing some Plunder Patrol. I love this deck. I don't think going into Brand, or no, I'm not going to start calling them by their names. White Sailboat. I don't think going in the White Sailboat turn 0, like I don't think that that's the play. Now, if you want to go in the purple sailboat, that's cool. If you want to go into the black sailboat, that's cool too. But the white sailboat is probably the only one that I don't recommend going into turn 0, unless you just, you know for a fact that you are playing against a back row deck. If you know that for a fact, then you can go into it. And unfortunately, this is like another example of Dark Ruler No More just taking over a duel. I feel like if you're playing a deck that's completely beholden to your monsters, that's like a really easy way to lose right now. I think it's one of the reasons people like the El Dorado deck is because, like, I mean, Eldrick the Golden Lord doesn't really do anything, at least not during your opponent's turn, and El Dorado has some back row that it can fight. So like you see in these duels, the opponent did have some disruptive cards. Lisp probably would have been the better one. That's obviously Purple Sailboat. That would have been able to be that walking Divine Wrath. But if you get hit with Dark Ruler No More, you're probably gonna get trashed. And I know some people are like, Cap G, how dare you show a duel where two Dark Ruler, or how dare you show back-to-back Dark Ruler No More duels? As I said, people are playing Dark Ruler No More in everything. Like, I think the card is that strong where you probably can play it in just about it. Unless you're playing like a 100% pure control deck like Altergeist or Guru, I don't really see a reason not to play it. It's just such a strong card. If you go second, you can just wreck your opponents and break their board with it. Anyways, the third duel is going to be not related to Madoche at all. We actually have Heroes, and we have the Buster Blader deck. And oh my gosh, as soon as I saw this opening hand, I was like, this is like walking somebody, or this is like watching somebody try to drive and they go over the train tracks and their car runs out of gas and the train starts coming. You know, no matter what the hero player does, cannot play around evenly matched. One of the reasons I will never play the go first build of Heroes. If the deck has no way of playing around evenly matched, I'm not going to mess with it. But the ironic thing is, he says, Cap, I will not win with no stinking evenly match. I'm going to win in a more beautiful way, which of course would be double Mirror Force being set. I don't know Heroes can really play around Mirror Force. Well, I guess technically they do have Sunrise, but he is going to get hit with that Storming Mirror Force, and then he's going to drop that Buster Dragon on field. Now, the interesting thing is, he's like, Cap, no problem. I can just make the same monsters that I had on field. I actually would have liked to see him maybe not search with Stratos every time he summoned it. I thought at some point he would consider going for the back row pop effect of Stratos, considering he just saw Mirror Force, but I guess it's one of those things where it's like, what are the odds of this guy having double Mirror Force? Like, I don't know if he's going to have that. Anyways, he will go for that Buster Blader lock, which of course makes all your opponent's monsters dragons. They can't put them in attack mode, and they can't activate no monster effects of dragons. So everything has to go into defense. Now, this was pretty smart. He's going to link away the Ab-Zero, which of course will pop all them Buster Blader monsters. And I think that this is maybe his small window to like possibly try to mount him and win the duel. The catch-22 is if he pops the Mirror Force now, then he becomes susceptible to the evenly match. But honestly, I think he's going to walk right into the Mirror Force once again, and we might get a Rage Quit. There's the Rage Quit. You get Mirror Force twice in a duel in 2020, and I don't think that our mentals are capable of handling that anymore. I mean, maybe Mirror Force back in like the Zexal era or 5D. Well, actually, in most of those eras, Mirror Force was at like limited status, so getting Mirror Force twice in a turn was basically impossible. But in this day and age where not a lot of people play it, you can just break somebody's mental with that. Anyways, here is a super quick look at the Madoche build. You can see that it's fairly standard, except some of the trap cards. I would argue you don't really see in Madoche. I'm still a fan of Lost Wind. I will never talk badly, I should say, about these type of these what I like to call value traps. Cards like Lost Wind, Breakthrough Skill, the new one that has Appaloosa on it, Titan Coder, I think it's called, and the TCG. I mean, I know that they can be a little slow because a lot of times you can't activate both of their effects in one turn, but I love these cards because monster effect negation is obviously super good, and cards that you can use twice are even better. And then there's also playing the seldomly seen Madoche Knights, which of course relies on you putting sets on field. If you resolve this card, like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody lose when they resolve this card, but it's not exactly the most reliable thing. Also has some Solemns, which I do like in Madoche, because if you have Solemn plus Promenade, that's incredibly difficult to deal with, and you see some power going second with the Dark Ruler No Mores. Overall, this is like a pretty good Madoche deck. I think I would like to see, if there's no impermanence in here, maybe Kaijus in this build. Like, I feel like that would be kind of good, or nah, maybe impermanence would just be better. Either way, if you guys did enjoy these duels, please give the video a thumbs up. Why does this character look What card? I have Dante ticket. Why does this is Messengelato? Why does he look like Dante? That's Messengelato, right? Why does he look like Dante in that picture? I just realized he totally looks like Dante. Anyways, if you guys like the video, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, the deck, of course, will be in the description below, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos. And you know what? Because every video needs to be 10 minutes, at least it needs to be 10 minutes right now until ad revenue goes back to normal. This is what your Buster Blader deck looks like. And I can't remember the last time I saw 6 Mirror Forces in a deck. Also, I guess Trap Trick to get to your 6 Mirror Forces even faster. I've never thought that Trap Trick and Mirror Force work together well. It's the reason why no one plays Mirror Force Launcher, because Mirror Force is super excellent when your opponent doesn't see it coming. But if you do have the Mirror Force and they know that you have the Mirror Force, they will do everything in their everything at their disposal to try to get rid of it before actually attacking into it and losing all their monsters. But of course, if you guys are interested in this interesting build of Buster Blader, that as well will be in the description below.